Hi everybody, Bruce here. Today we're going to go over a song called Deep River Blues. This song was recorded by Doc Watson and some other people. I might bang around on YouTube and listen to various versions of it. Let's just start off with the chords. The first chord is going to be an E7th up here on the 7th fret position. Now this E7th is formed like a B7th slid up to the 7th fret. And even though the E string is in tune for an E7, we like to rotate the bass on this because we're going to step this down half a step there, and then obviously that E string is not going to be in tune because this is an E flat, so we want to play it like that. Also, some people do not play the B string, second string, in that E flat chord, but I like to play it because it gives just a little bit of dissonance and it actually gives kind of an interesting sound. Listen to this. Now I like that sound. Some people leave it out, but I leave it in. Okay, so we have an E7th and then an E flat 7th and then back to an E7th. And we go to an A7th. On the 2nd and the 4th string, and then we go to an E, just a regular E chord, and then to a B7th, and then we slide that open B7th back up to our E7th, flat again, back to the E7th, and back to an A7th, and then we have E, B7th, E. And of course it's the finger picking pattern and the little lead parts that you play with your little finger mostly that really bring in the flavor of the song. So let's go over that part now. There were two little licks that I used going into an E chord, one at the beginning and one at the end. The one at the beginning goes like this. That's an E. That is on the 2nd and 3rd string. We play the 3rd fret and the 4th fret on the 2nd and 3rd string. And we play the 1st string open. Just slide it down. Now, since we're talking about these little runs going into E, let's talk about the second one at the end. If we take your second finger here that you have on the 3rd string and you keep that there, but you drop your first finger, you put a G in there with on your 1st string, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and you slide that down to the 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So you have the second one, the B string is left open. In the first one, the E string is left open. Now, in the first part, you might try this. You can't just do a regular arpeggio. You have to start it out with kind of a backwards pattern, like that, to get it started off on the right foot. Then when I get down here, I usually don't play the full E because you don't need to. You just play 1st, 2nd, 3rd string, and then I play a E7th with a sharp 9th. And what you do there is you're going to play like an E7th. You only play 4 strings of this, and you use your little finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Real nice, fat, jazzy chord there. Okay, you're up here to the 7th fret in your E. Now the timing is interesting here. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you delay that and you slide that up as a delay. Listen, like that. Then you hit your sharp 9th up here, which is on your 8th fret 2nd string, and then your open 1st string. Then you slide into your A7th, and then your 7th there on the 1st string, and then you're walking your lead down to the 2nd fret. hammer into your E, 7th, and now a lot of the traditional country players, they usually don't stretch as much as I'm going to show you. They usually come up here to the 3rd fret, but I like to go to the 4th fret. Okay, got a jet flying overhead here, so we might have to. Oh, looks like that's a regular standard jet. When the little fighter jets take off from the airfield here, it's all over. Just have to shut it down for a couple of minutes. But that's a passenger jet. So. Okay, so 4th fret, and then B7th. So your lead is on your little finger, like that. Now, here's something that is, you don't have to play this. I like the way it sounds. I would like to be able to come up and play that 2nd lick that I showed you, like that, into the B7. But you just can't do that playing and continue playing the lead. So I have to play with my little finger. I come up here and go. So. Now, I haven't heard anybody else play it like that, but it sounds reasonable to me because I'd like to be able, if there was a 2nd guitar, come in here with that. And then you take that B7 and you slide it back up here to your E7. I'm going to show you just a real generic version of it, then I'll show you a few little extra things you can do. So when you go into your, walk up to your B7th, and then you play on your 3rd string, your 3rd fret, open 2nd string. Nice little lick that you can use in a lot of places. And then back to an E. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a few little fancy tricks that you can play in to kind of jazz things up a little bit. Okay, the first little trick I'm going to show you is you can go like this. Instead of, you can go. What I'm doing is I'm pulling off, this is up in this B7th, I'm pulling off my 1st string with my little finger, and then I'm hitting the 3rd string. So you're going from your 1st string pull off to your 3rd string. And then you go to your sharp 9th, and then back up to an open 1st string. And if you saw one of my other videos, Windy and Warm, this lick is in there too, like that. And then back to your A7. Okay, that's the first trick. The second little variation that you can do is every time, you notice every time I only played 2 verses, but I changed them up quite a bit. Maybe subtly, but you know, enough to hear the difference between the verses so that it doesn't get boring. The second time I played it like this. Okay, just there's that kind of little dissonance. Then I'm going to that sharp 9th and to an open 1st string. Now is that, oh, that's another passenger jet, we're good. Alright, so and then I played, after I played that part, I go. So you're playing your A, but you're coming up here to this A on the 5th string and playing that lead. 5th fret, 3rd fret, and then on the 2nd fret, 5th fret. Actually open down to your bar there, not open, but open to your bar. 5, 3, 2, 5. So and then you can go back to that. Now another variation you can put, instead of, you You don't have to go like that. You can go. You can hold that 4th fret. So, like that. Otherwise, you're just back to the same pattern after that, maybe with that fancy lick. Now, in that part, okay, in the E, you're hammering from a minor to a major 3rd with your 1st finger, and then you're hitting a 2nd string 2nd fret up to an open 1st string. And then the timing. Okay. And then I just like to end with it. Second lick that I showed you, instead of coming down here and hitting an E7th or something like that, that's kind of predictable. I like to either, well, what I do like to do is come up here, either hit an E7th up here or hit an E7th sharp 9th up here, just like at the end when we played a B7 sharp 9th. We're going to end with so it's exactly the same chord, just like your B7 sharp 9th, you got an E7 sharp 9th up here. So it's just the frets are, you don't play the 6th string, and then on the 5th string you have 7th fret, and then the 6th fret, 7th fret, and then the 8th fret, and don't play the 1st string. So that is pretty much it. You can, a lot of it has to do with the timing. Hear how that's different than, that's just straight on the beat. I like to delay that last change here, like that. It gives a much more lilting quality and more syncopation. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this, and I will see you in the next video.